ሰላም እንደምን ቆያችሁን? ዛሬ እንደተለመደው በሌላ የጂኦግራፊ ጥያቄ ይዘን መተናል። ይህ ጥያቄ ከጂኦግራፊ ቻፕተር 4 የተውጣጡ ጥያቄ ሲሆን ከዚህ በፊት የሪሚዲያል ጥያቄዎች ላይ የተጠየቁና ወደፊትም ሊጠየቁ ይችላሉ ብለን ያሰብናቸው ጥያቄዎችን ሰብሰብ አድርገን ይዘላችሁ መተናል። ለቻናሉ አዲስ ከሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ማንኛውም ያላችሁን አስተያየት ኮሜንት ሴክሽን ላይ ጻፍ አድርጉልን። ቀጥታ ወደ ቪዲዮ እንሄዳለን። አንደኛ, which primary source of population data involve the total process of collecting, compiling, evaluating and analyzing, publishing demographic, economics and social data of all persons in a country at a specific time? A. Vital registration. B. Sample survey. C. Population census. D. National administrative record. What will be the answer? The answer is population census is the best answer. A. C is the best answer. ሁለተኛ, what are the two main types of census enumeration method used globally to count people based on where they are found or where they regularly reside? A. Empirical and theoretical. B. De jure and de facto. C. Systematic and stratified. D. Absolute and relative. The answer is, what will be the answer? The two main system of census, no? B is the best answer. De jure and de facto is the best answer. B. ሶስተኛ, in Ethiopian population census count people based on their permanent or usual place of residences. This specific types of enumeration approach is known as A. De facto method. B. Sample survey method. C. De jure method. D. Vital registration system. The answer is A. De facto method is the best answer. አራተኛ, why are sample survey often preferred over full national population census when quick specific demographic data is required? A. They are completely free from any types of sample error. B. They cover 100% of the country population simultaneously. C. They are less expensive, faster to administer, and allow for deeper, more detailed questionnaires on a small group. D. They are only conducted by international organizations like the UN. What will be the answer? What will be the answer? The answer is C is the best answer. ቢኮዝ ሳምፕል ሰርቬይ እና ሴንሰስ ዋናው ልዩነታቸው ሳምፕል ሰርቬይ ሲሆን ጀስት ሰርቬይ ነው የምናደርገው ኦር ሳምፕሎችን ነው የምንወስደው which means ሁሉንም አንድ በአንድ መቁጠር አይጠበቅብንም which means ኤክስፔንሲቭ አይሆንም less ኤክስፔንሲቭ ነው ቶሎ ደግሞ ለማዳረስ ይጠቅመናል እንበልና ከአንድ ቀበሌ ላይ የተወሰነ ሳምፕል ነው የምንወስደው እንጂ እያንዳንዱን ሰው አንቆጥርም ማለት ነው during sample survey. when you come to census ላይ ሲሆን ግን እያንዳንዱ ነገር ስለምንቆጥር እያንዳንዱ ኢን ዲቴል ስለምናይ ሞር ኤክስፔንሲቭ ነው ስሎ ነው ሴንሰስ ላይ so to specific demographic data required ለማድረግ C is the best answer. አምስተኛ, the continuous compulsory and legal record of life occurrence such as births, deaths, marriage, divorce and adoption is called A. Civil census. B. Vital registration. C. Sample enumeration. D. Demographic modeling. What will be the answer? The answer is B. Vital registration is the best answer. ስድስተኛ, which of the following set of factors represent the three primary components that directly determine the population growth of change of any defined geographic region? A. Income, environment and policy. B. Education, urbanization and industrialization. C. Fertility, mortality and immigration. D. Climate, topography and soil quality. What will be the answer? The answer is C is the best answer. Fertility, mortality and immigration is the best answer. ሰባተኛ, the average number of children that would be born alive to a woman during her lifetime if she were to pass through her childbearing years conforming to age specific fertility rate is called A. Crude birth rate. B. General fertility rate. C. Total fertility rate. D. Natural growth rate. What will be the answer? The answer is C. Total fertility rate is the best answer. ስምንተኛ, why is the crude birth rate considered crude by demographers? A. Because it is calculated using inaccurate estimate from rural areas. B. Because it relates births to the total mid-year population, including males, children, and elder who are not at risk of childbearing. C. Because it only measures births that occurs inside urban hospitals. D. Because it changes drastically every month. What will be the answer? The answer is B is the best answer. Each dynamic biological and social component act as a negative force or subtractive factor regarding total population change. A. Fertility. B. Migration. C. Mortality. D. Immigration. What will be the answer? The answer is C. Mortality is the best answer. The number of days of infant under 1 year of age per 1,000 live births in a given year is known as A. Crude birth days rate. B. Child mortality rate. C. Infant mortality rate. D. Life expectancy ratio. What will be the answer? The answer is C. Infant mortality rate is the best answer. 11. If a nation has crude birth rate, of 14 per thousand and crude days rate of 10 per thousand, what is the rate of natural increase expressed as percentage? A. 13. B. 3. C. 0.3. D. 5.0%. What will be the answer? The answer is What will be the answer? The answer is B is the best answer because 14 minus 10 times 100 over 1000 ማድረግ ነው አይደለ? ያ ሶ 10 ሲቀነስ በአወር 40 ሲቀነስ 10 ሲካፈል 1 ሲባዛ በ2 ስናደርገው just 3% ይመጣልናል ማለት ነው። 12ኛ The movement of people across a specified boundary for the purpose of establishing a new permanent or semi-permanent residency is termed as A. Fertility specialization. B. Vital mobility. C. Migration. D. Structural distribution. The answer is C. Migration is the best answer. 13ኛ In migration theory, unfavorable condition at a place of origin that encourage or compel a person to move away, such as land shortage, war, or drought, are called A. Pull factors. B. Push factors. C. Stabilizing factors. Which of the following is considered a classic pull factor attracting migrants to urban center in Ethiopia? A. Recurrent agricultural drought and soil erosion in rural village. B. Better employment opportunities, superior health facilities, and higher education portions. C. Ethnic conflict and local land fragmentation. D. High rural taxation system. The answer is B is the best answer. Better employment opportunity, superior health facility, and higher education portion is the best answer. 15ኛ What specific form of internal migration is historically the most dominant and widespread types in developing nations like Ethiopia, driven primarily by economic motives? A. Urban to rural migration. B. Urban to urban migration. C. Rural to urban migration. D. Rural to rural migration. The answer is C. Rural to urban migration is the best answer. 16ኛ International migration involves the movement of population across national border. A person who leaves their native country to settle permanently in another is unplanned from their country of origin. A. Immigrant. B. Immigrant. C. Internally displaced person. D. Immigrant. The answer is immigrant is the best answer. Immigration እና አይና ልዩነት ምንድነው? ኢሚግሬሽን የሚለው ፍሮም ካንትሪ ቱ ካንትሪ ነው። ኢሚግራንት ሲሆን ደግሞ ፍሮም ዊዝን ካንትሪ ነው። 17ኛ The composition of the population in terms of age, sex is known as A. Spatial distribution. B. Population structure. C. Vital density. D. Demographic dividend. What will be the answer? The answer is B. Population structure is the best answer. 18ኛ What specific geographic tool do geographers use to visually display the age, sex, structure of each population? A. Line graphic timeline. B. Population pyramid. C. Pie chart distribution. D. Dot map matrix. The answer is B. Population pyramid is the best answer. 19ኛ a population pyramid with a very wide based and rapidly narrowing pack typically indicated a population that has A. Low birth rate and a massive elderly population. B. High birth rate and high proportion of children in young age structure. C. A zero growth rate and high life expectancy. D. High immigration of middle-aged working males. The answer is B is the best answer. The age dependency ratio measures the relationship between the dependent population, those who are gently non-productive, and the working age population. The dependent age categories are defined as A. Person aged 15 to 64 years. B. Children under 15 years and elderly person aged 65 and above. C. Infant under 1 year exclusively. D. Person who do not possess a formal university degree. What will be the answer? The answer is B is the best answer. ኤጅ ዲፔንደንሲ ሬሽዮ የምንለው ሁለቱ ናቸው። አንደኛው ቻይልድ የምንለው ቢኮዝ ኦፍ ዜር ኤጅስ አንደር 15 ኤንድ ጂሪያትሪክ የምንላቸው ኦር ሲኒየር ሲቲዝን የምንላቸው ኤጃቸው ከ65 በላይ የሆኑት ናቸው። ሶ the answer is B. And Ethiopian population structure heavily characterized as young population. This means that children under the age of 15 wake up roughly what proportion of the total population? Ethiopian population structure is heavily characterized as young population. This means that children under the age of 15 make up roughly that proportion of the total population. A. Less than 10%, B. Around 20%, C. Over 40%, D. Exactly 75%. The answer is C. Over 40% is the best answer. 22ኛ the number of male per 100 female in a given population is mathematically defined as A. Dependency ratio, B. growth rate matrix, C. Sex ratio, D. fertility index. The answer is C. Sex ratio is the best answer. What does population density measure? A. The total percentage of people living in under apartment. B. The average family size per household. C. The ratio of total population to a given unit of land area, example persons per square kilometer. D. The absolute number of births occurring per year. The answer is C is the best answer. 24. The types of population density calculated by dividing the total population of a country by its total cultivated or arable land area is called A. Crude density, B. arithmetic density, C. physiological density, D. agricultural density. The answer is C. Physiological density is the best answer. 25ኛ The geographic area of Ethiopia are historically characterized by very high population density due to reliable rainfall, fertility soil, and malaria-free alpine environment. A. The arid lowland of the Afar and Somali regions. B. The northern and southwestern highland plateaus. C. The deep river gorge of the Abai River. D. The international border zone with South Sudan. The answer is B is the best answer. 26. In contrast to the highland, the pastoral lowland of Ethiopia exhibit low population density primarily because of A. Severe industrial population and high urban rate. B. Aridity, scarce water availability, and prevalence of tropical diseases like malaria and trypanosomiasis. C. Government policies completely banning human settlement there. D. High concentration of dense commercial modern forestry plantation. The answer is B is the best answer. 27. What is the general urbanization status of Ethiopia according to the Remedial module guidelines? A. It is the most urbanized nation in the entire world, than 90% urban population. B. It has low percentage of urban population, overwhelming rural, but it experiencing very rapid rate of urbanization. C. Its urban population is decreasing significantly as people move back to farms. D. Urbanization has completely stopped due to lack of industrial growth. The answer is B is the best answer. 28. Which is the largest urban center, economic hub, and political capitals of Ethiopia, exhibiting disproportionately large share of the nation's urban population? A. Dire Dawa, B. Hawassa, C. Addis Ababa, D. Mekelle. The answer is easy ነው አይደል? ሲ አዲስ አበባ። 29ኛ population grows so fast that it surpasses the available natural resource and economic capacity of an environment to support it adequate the area face A underpopulation, B overpopulation, C demographic equilibrium, D optimum density. The answer is B overpopulation is the best answer. 30ኛ what major socio-economic problem is directly intensified in Ethiopia urban center due to the rapid uncontrolled influx of to urban migrants? A shortage of agricultural land in the downtown district, B severe shortage of housing, expansion of informal settlement, unemployment and pressure on social service, C excessive rural labor surpluses, D complete collapse of international trade. The answer is B is the best answer. B is the best answer. የዛሬው ቪዲዮአችን ይህ ይመስል ነበር። በቀጣይ በሌላ ቪዲዮ እስክንገናኝ ድረስ ሰላማችሁ ይብዛ። ሰላም